Okay. So, JAQEE, greetings.
Greetings.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's
I'm
good to
fine,
see you,
thank
you know.
Yeah, good to be here.
Because I follow you since some years, you know. I had the reggae album in my hands, you know, I think like 10 years ago.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. C'était quoi, 2009?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the name was Cuckoo Girl.
Cuckoo Girl.
Yeah.
Land of the Free Paris in France, and the rest of the world was Cuckoo Girl.
Okay.
It's the same album.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I get in touch with your music, you know. But finally, you know, I figure after that you not do just reggae. You're hyper large in your vision. Your music, your vision of the music is large.
Yeah.
Okay. The new album is there. C'est Fly High.
It's here, yeah.
Okay.
It's the newest one.
So first of all, there is a lot of blue. So why you choose the blue? Is that a special meaning for you? Your favorite color?
I think we wanted to actually this was a collaboration with Nicolae Constantinescu who did the album cover, and he wanted to give it a very fresh, a very crispy, fresh approach. So the blue was actually his idea, and then the rest was falling in place together, you know. But this very blue background was an idea that he had, a vision that he had with the music and the person, because we know each other really well. And,
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
So there, the photo shoot look really nice. Huh? You have the picture inside the CD.
Yeah,
You also have the lyrics,
yeah,
which is important.
Yeah.
And to me, you know, because of the title Fly High,
Yeah.
so like when you take the plane, you know, when you take off from Paris,
Yeah.
normally it's grey.
Yeah.
So you take the plane, you
Yeah.
go up like this,
And then
and
it's,
just after a certain kind of moment, a few
Yeah.
minutes, then you catch the blue,
yeah.
which is the real sky. And so finally, maybe your record is a bit like this, you know. So you fly high, it helps you to go, you know, above the clouds,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then you catch the blue. So.
Yeah, I definitely do this, and I also like to play with with keeping these kind of ideas open, titles open. You know, like Fly High, it could have like many different layers. And also, it's a very positive. It's fly high. It lifts you up. You know, it doesn't take you down. It really lifts you up, and this is what interests me a lot.
So I think this album is like the sky is for everybody, you know, and everybody see his own sky,
Yeah.
the way you want to see it.
Yeah.
And this album is really global, you know. But the styles is sometimes it's soul music. You have a reggae track. Sometimes it's maybe more pop. Then more music. You have some touch from African stuff, you know. So it fits for everybody.
Yeah. Music is for the people, you know, and I don't like to tell people what to listen to or not, but I think from the from the artistic point of view, I think it's very good to stay open and meet with, because I also have a lot of meetings with musicians. You know, they teach me a lot when we play live, and a lot of details happen when we play live. And I think the full circle of this album comes when you come to the concert, because then you really get the full idea of the whole album. And I want to grow as a musician. I think for me this is the most important place in being creative and staying open.
So the intro is named Hello, and it's a kind of intro, but it's also a small track, you know, it's like 1 minute something, but it's still singing and with some music.
Yeah.
So the first word, what I wrote the word somewhere, you know, c'était hello. I've been busy making baby.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
are you there having a baby?
Hello, it's me, are you there? I have been busy having babies.
Yeah, so you have a baby or two?
I have two.
You have two?
I have two. What happened is that it's also like a big risk, because people were always wondering, like, what happened to her? Where did she go? You know, I read this a lot on my YouTube channels and on the videos, and people are wondering where I am. You know, so this was a way of touching base with the fans again and telling them what I've been doing. Just so you know, I've been busy having babies and taking care of babies and this kind of thing. And but now I'm back with a new album, and so let's continue. And
maybe it's also a way to bring the people closer to you.
Yeah. You tell them what's been going on in your life, you know, and everybody that has children understands what it means to have children, you know, and for me it's important that actually I don't just get in a space of being so focused on my music and trying to make it big in music and forgetting that I have these beautiful souls to give a good base in life, a good start in life, and because I think children need to be taken care of and be seen and be heard and be listened to, and so this has been a very big focus for me the last 5 years.
And when you say that, I have a further understanding about the blue color, because I have child myself, you know. And when your baby born, after even when the sky is gray, you see it blue, you know, because you're so happy that you're really full of love for everybody.
Definitely.
And maybe that's why this album brings some kind of joy, and it's really for everybody.
I hope so. I hope so. This would be a good thing if people kind of take it in like this, you know, with openness and enjoy the music too, you know, because it has a lot of depth and a lot of layers and a lot of.
There is also a song for the kid in it. I don't know the name in English. In French, we say comptine. Comptine, c'est the specific song for the children, in fact. So it was. What was the purpose of that? Is the message to your baby?
It's for her and for me and for everybody that kind of needs a bit of, you know. But first of all, I would say that it's the song for her, you know, and this is my present for her, you know, because she's a present for me, and Zola's dance is such. And a friend of mine who lives in Sweden, Martin Hederus, was doing a very beautiful string arrangement of this song, and he saw me in this period when I was having her as a baby, and then he would understand. He was the only one who would understand. So it was good to have this exchange, you know, of musicianship and tributes to our children, you know, and show them that they are, you know, this is for you.
Okay, so there is 14 tracks with two skits. And the two skits, c'est Kampala.
Kampala Traffic.
Kampala Traffic, c'est some kind of sound from the traffic jam.
From the it's from the motorbikes.
And we hear your music blasting from a car or something, and then
Tambula.
And so that's the capital of Uganda, which is your birth country. And Kalangala. Alors ça, c'est a small city.
It's a small island.
It's an island, okay. So I thought it was a city into a lake, but I don't really realize if it's an island or.
No, it's an island. You have to actually take the boat to go there. Like it's like 2 hours.
It's on the Victoria Lake.
Yeah. Really, really nice island to go to and check.
And so it seems small because so I saw it's just 5,000 inhabitants.
It's mini small.
Okay.
So
it's where you come from exactly?
No.
Just a part you love?
It was, the thing is I started going to Uganda and like trying to, because I've done Kampala quite a lot, you know, it's a big city like all other big cities. And so this kind of starts interesting me less, you know. So and I look for nature nowadays when I travel, and I look for water, I look for countryside, I look for this kind of ambience because it balances me. I live in a big city, I live in Berlin. So Kalangala was doing this on this Ugandan visit that where we recorded, and it was also nice to discover my country, you know, because there's so many places I haven't seen in Uganda, you know, but it's a beautiful country. You know, if you start looking, then you really.
But you lived the country like you were young.
Yeah. I was 13 when I left Uganda. For Sweden, and so nowadays when I go there, I'm trying to actually discover the beauty of the country, because it's a lot going on there.
What is the language in Uganda?
They have many.
Yeah, but I think about more the European languages. Is it French or English? English. Okay, so that's why you speak good English.
Yeah, I'm not French.
Okay, yeah. So you don't speak at all French?
No.
Okay, because you have an album called Nouvelle d'Amour.
I was flirting with the language on this because it's French is a really beautiful language, I think, and lingua, and it's and I studied a bit of Latin languages in school when I was studying in school. So this was just maybe an introduction for me to slowly open up.
Okay, so let's go back to Uganda. I realized that because you have a LP in reggae, you have a reggae album. We talked about it earlier, you know.
Yeah.
You said somewhere that you always love reggae because you find some common points with the reggae equal rights and justice fight and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And I realized that the independence date of Uganda is the same as the one in Jamaica, which is 62.
The same, exactly the same date. I didn't know.
No, the same year.
The same year.
year,
Okay.
So I find it just funny, you know, and maybe it's a sign. That's why you love reggae, and sometimes you do reggae.
Not necessarily. I think for me, it's like I've grown up in the scene. You know, when I was in Sweden, I was really quite a lot in the reggae and the dancehall scene, and the clubbing years were like so based on this era and this time, and you know, JAQEE and all these guys, and from this era where reggae was really a massive movement, you know, and had big success. And my friendships were actually we were like a circle of people always moving around the scene and making our own music and our clubs and for me this is where my really first love for the scene developed, you know, because then of course I started going more and more to the Caribbean and to discover more the vibe and the energy and Jamaica and all these places. And what I find is that it's a movement that is really actively promoting peace and people are so convinced, and people in this movement kind of really are generously giving and opening, and you know, and this for me interests me a lot. You know, I think it's a good place to be, you know, because, and it's also rooting. It's a movement that's rooting. It's a music that roots you, and this is for me a very important element in life, you know, the rooting. You need to stay close to the earth. You need to stay close to the earth, and because this is what is gonna feed you and nourish you and take care of you. And if you don't look out for it, everything is gonna collapse. You know, so yeah. There's a lot of details, and of course the music. It's a warm music. It's you know, when the bass starts playing, you just go like you know. But it's a beautiful music, I would say.
And you're talking about the roots, and actually the
everything, the dancehall, the roots, you know, everything. I just love the element of reggae, the people, the culture, even the clashes, the contrasts are also very, because it's also very rough movement. It's not just, you know, everything is good and peace and one love. You know, there's also like another rough side of this, and I understand this way of lifestyle, and I can deal with it, you know. But once again, because I also get the question why I don't really stay in this genre, it's because I am a vocalist, you know, and my voice is, as a vocalist, it's important to stay open, you know, and my voice really, it's a blessing. It's nothing. It wasn't just made for one music style, you know. It's my instrument, and I use it to play a lot of music, and I want to take it to so many places, you know. So this is.
And so then you link up with some label called Root Down, which is your producer since a few years now.
Yeah.
And so they have a reggae base, you know, in them culture.
Yeah, they were in Germany. They've been really very responsible for a lot of German reggae productions, and they were like taking charge of the scene for quite a few years. So yeah, it's they did a lot for the reggae scene, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I realized when I listen your CD that how you say you're a vocalist, and it seems that the music is made around your voice and not the inverse. Like sometimes we give you some instrumentals and then you sing upon the instrumentals and, you know, inspirate yourself from the instrumentals. Yeah. And when I listen it, I really, I don't know, you know, but I found that it's like your voice or your melody is like a kind of breeze or wind, you know, and then the music envelop yourself.
And I'm happy you say that, because that was the idea behind making the album. And it's really, this is good to hear, because I was hoping that this would also come through in the music. Because this time, for the Cuckoo Girl, for the reggae album, the way you were describing, if I was really focusing on I got the rhythms ready, and then I was just like, you know, putting my vocals. And this was, of course, a different punch style. But the more I make albums, the more it's interesting for me to create worlds and environments and energies atmospheres and paint pictures, and I like this a lot because I really like watching, and it also makes the live shows more interesting, you know, because if you go to the shows that are going to present this album, it's going to be like you see that everything comes together, you know, finally, and I wanna play with visual, with pictures, you know, pictures in the head, and give people ideas, give people hints, you know, through words, and how I place the words and how I place the backing vocals. And so yeah, so this is, it becomes more a piece of, it's not just I want to make music fast, you know, I want to make something bigger than that.
But even from the even before listening the CD, when you get it in your hand like this, and it's a kind of peaceful, and you feel some kind of refreshing positivity. Yeah. So I saw on Max I Welcome website that Fly High, it says produce day and night 7/7. Can you explain this? Because
it's I wrote the album sometimes at night, sometimes in the day, and I wrote it in between children sleeping, or maybe I was like Fly High. I wrote it. I had to take walks, you know, where I live, and just to get like 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 1 hour here, because I also I have to write the lyrics, you know, and I'm finding the topics and working in my head, and so it was a 24-hour thing, you know. So the moment I got 2 hours free, I was gone, you know, to try and write the album and record it, or I don't know, you know. So it's very fragmented in its production, depending on how available time was. So then it was like a 24-hour project.
So you agree that we can listen it at any time? There is no
definitely,
particular time, you know?
I think so. It should be able to work 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot my question earlier, but we're talking about the skits. Why you choose the 2 cities of Uganda for that skit, to name that skit specifically?
I choose actually this also, like from the video side of things. I wanted Uganda to be represented in this presentation of JAQEE 2017, you know, because it becomes more and more important for me to reconnect to these roots, to my Ugandan roots, and so it was good to be there. And I was recording the first video of the whole, not Hello, but the Lullaby video is recorded, and this project was first done in Uganda. So it was a way for me to energize myself, to reconnect with Uganda, with the roots, and also to just give tribute to Uganda, you know, because a lot of people talk about Sweden, about Germany, but not many are talking about Uganda as my rooted place. And you look at my skin color, and I'm like, you know, I'm like really black, and this is from Uganda, you know, this is where it comes from. And so it's a way for me to reconnect and slowly start touching base with this country again.
Talking about the name, so JAQEE is a diminutive form of your real name?
Yeah, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, which is a French name already?
Yeah, apparently a very old French name. Like 100 years old or something. Like
my
very old grandmothers.
Yeah, the grandmother style, you know, my grandmother could name Jacqueline, you know, it was the time. So, Jacqueline, Nouvelle d'Amour, so it seems that you have some kind of strong love story with French.
Yeah, I mean, we are developing a relationship with France, definitely, and everything that happened to me in France, for me, came very unplanned and very accidentally. You know, when Makasound found my album somewhere in Japan and decided to sign me on their label and release the project.
Ah, mais c'est ça, that's because I tried to remember where I get the first album from. Say from Makasound, okay.
Yeah, and everything was very, and then I suddenly had to come to France to tour, like to do like a lot of touring, and it's been a good love story for me with France, you know, so far, and very unplanned. I don't really think so much about it, but we have a good relationship, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
So there is a song named Tambula. So I realized that Tambula is the name of a ballet company from Haiti.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy, you know. But it goes with
Same spelling?
No, but because it is French speaking, it's French Creole, so they spell it not with a W, but O-U, which is the same sound, you know, as Tambula. It's, the way you say it, c'est Tambula, it's the same thing, you know.
Good to know, yeah.
But, and you're talking about some Caribbean roots earlier in the music, so finally, you know, it's a kind of circle. So I find it just, you know...
But Tambula is actually a Ugandan word for Luganda in one of the languages, and it means, it comes from Luganda. With this spelling, it comes from Luganda, and it means keep moving.
Keep moving?
Keep moving, yeah. Move, keep moving.
But keep moving, it's good too for a ballet company. Dancing, moving, is the same thing.
Maybe it means the same.
Okay. So the track one, which is Hello, It's Me, Are You There? So we talked about earlier also. It's the intro, and it's also, to me, I feel it as an invitation for the people listening to travel in your brain and heart. So it's a kind of come in my because this record look really personal. Yeah. So it's an invitation like come into my musical house.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you know what? When I'm making music today, I'm not interested in entertaining people. You know, this doesn't interest me. This doesn't give me the high anymore. What interests me is actually to communicate with people and to exchange, you know, exchange energy and vibe. And just me coming and putting on a show is not interesting for me anymore. So what I do now is that I try to also do this in the production. You know, so Hello was like, guys, here I'm opening up. You know, welcome. Let's, you know, join the show, join the party.
You have a personal message. Big up JAQEE, one love, keep your smile.
Yeah, thank you.
So there's a few videos out with the album. One is Lullaby. Yeah. And what I like in this video, so it's shot in Uganda, I think. I saw and I like the contrast between the Uganda picture in the background and the violin.
Yeah, and the Sweden pictures.
And the Sweden picture too. Yeah, yeah. And the violin, it's a kind of a European instrument, you know, more. Yeah, so I like the way you balance it.
Yeah, thank you. It's my friend Alex was shooting this video. Alex Ireta is old friend of mine, and he's in Uganda. So he was like shooting these pictures in Uganda, and then another friend, Johnny, who lives in Sweden, was shooting the pictures of the violin players. So we merged this energy together, and made the Lullaby video. And
finally, it's you, because you're multicultural today.
Yeah, and it's also me paying tribute to all these places that have helped me or formed the person that I am today. It's Uganda, it's Sweden. The violin players on the album, it's them that are really doing the recording also on the album and on the video. And these people are also very involved in the process, in the sound that you hear, you know, on the album. So, yeah.
You have another video which is called Fly High.
Yeah.
So it's a young girl who's getting dance class.
Yes.
So
she was brilliant.
And it can be a part of your story in Sweden, yeah?
Yeah. It's we try to kind of also. It's exactly like you say. We try to. I had to really but to really put in a lot of effort in becoming the artist that you see today. You know, it's not been an easy fight. It's been a really, you know, like taking a lot of convincing, and both for myself and for other people, and so she had to play this role, and she was amazing. She was working. It was like a 3-day shoot, like 16 hours every single day. So I love this video a lot. Fly High. There was a lot of sweat. The director was doing a really good job.
And can we say that today, if you fly higher, it's because of all your experiences and the fight you fight, you know, in this country?
Without all these details, you won't see JAQEE today, you know, because I feel like I finally start getting in my element now, you know. So now I get really fierce. And it's fun, and I'm enjoying the moment, and I'm really having a good time making music, being JAQEE 2017. You know, I like it. Yeah.
So there is a song. It was a miracle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, miracle. So every day is a miracle. I will catch you if you fall. So it's a kind of hope song. And it's also a way to give thanks for what you have, and
yeah. We forget this, you know. It's so easy to in life to kind of look at everything. Oh, it's so great outside, but you forget that you're still whole. You know, your body, your health, everything is fine. You know, and you woke up today. Somebody didn't wake up today. You know. And I try to look at life like this, you know. Everybody has problems, but there is also a lot of good things going on. And if you look at them, these good things happening around you, then life is not so bad after all, you know.
Tambula, on parlait de, we're talking about Tambula. Tambula, to me, it's a kind of Afro dancehall.
Yeah. You're right.
So
you're right.
What I
You've
mean
been
is,
doing research. I like this.
no, but what I mean is, like, I'm a DJ myself, so I play in different part of Paris or in France, you know. And sometimes you play, like, I can play Tambula sometime in some club because it's really dancing and kind of up tempo and stuff. But I also can play some maybe Miracle or some song like more slow tempo in some restaurant or in some lounge where I play not to make the people dance because they don't dance, they just maybe drink or having conversation with their friend. So just to say that this LP, you know, if you're a DJ on the internet, catch this LP, you know, this CD, you can play some up-tempo songs, some slow-tempo songs, so you can play for everybody. There is a reggae song called Don't Fuss.
I love this one,
So, why you said Don't Fuss?
Don't fuss, don't fight. It's very... I was actually, this story is a very good one because this is the one song that came really, really fast. It's the song I had in a dream. I woke up 5 in the morning, you know, took my handy, wrote it really fast, and everything was really, the melody was very there, was very present, and it's the song that for me had to make it to the album. And Don't Fuss, Don't Fight, it's like there's a lot of struggle and a lot of war and a lot of animosity in the world at the moment, and people are being so scared of each other and people are not interacting and everybody's keeping their space and you know, and there's a lot of and also because of the technology we isolate more and more from each other, which means that you stop really becoming sympathetic to each other, you know, because you don't touch each other anymore, you're very out there, so clashes become more intense and more hard, and Muslims and Christians and Jews and Arabs, and it's like, and not everybody's wanting this, you know. So I'm thinking it's sometimes very simple. So it's a very simple song, it's very minimalistic in its output, and also the lyrics are very child simple, that everybody from a child to an 80-year-old can understand this, you know. And this is actually what everybody needs to be thinking about, you know. Don't fuss, don't fight, be happy, be friends. Okay, you can't always be friends with everybody, but well, if we think about this, maybe things would be a little bit lighter for all of us.
Yes. I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you.
What is the song Oh Sister about?
Oh Sister is very double meaning. It's about the cliches of it's about me. It's about my reaction to the world from the feminine perspective of things. It's about me reacting to the world from the black feminine perspective of things. It's about me reacting to the world from the black female artistic point of things. So there is a lot of layers, you know, and also from the cliche of the angry black woman. Now I know that I smile a lot because my nature is like this, you know, this is how it is, but I've also had a lot of internal conflicts with all these issues with all the layers of being a female artist in the industry, of being black in Europe, of being diaspora, of being a mother, of being... There is so many layers, you know, and from the feminine side of things, it can be really frustrating, you know, when you have to crush a lot of walls to get where you are, you know, which happens to a lot of women. And especially if you're a black woman, it gets extra hard for you, you know. It is the fact, you know, black women have to work double, 3 times so hard to kind of reach the level of their friends, you know, in the other spheres, and this was always like a big issue for me internally. I've been always like trying to get at terms with this question, you know, and So I decided to write a song, and it's from very different layers, you know. So I'm singing to myself, "Oh sister, why are you so mad?" Maybe from a third eye, you know. And then I'm like, think about it. Is it worth the energy you put in it? All the angry looks that you shoot around you, you know. And it's conversation with myself and with my third self and with my friends.
And so you say, "Why sister, why are you so mad?" And I think this song, you know, take a particular meaning these days because there is some sexual harassment scandal, you know, in Hollywood. So we have the same in music, you know, it's something that people know from years, and it's always been the domination about man onto woman. And so I found that maybe that song comes out at the right moment.
I hope so. I mean, I think it's also like the good thing about this time. I mean, I am also in this very luxury place where I can write a song like this. You know, not everybody has this voice, and also it's for me a way to we need women are starting to support each other in all these different layers, you know, from the sexual harassment, because I've gone through it like so many times, you know, like all my female friends have the same experience. But we start talking about these issues, man, we start getting support from the guys, from the men also, which is a very important detail, you know. And we nowadays it becomes more and more easier to hang out actually the people that are harassing you, because before maybe the camera in your pocket, it wasn't that available anymore. Already as a 16-year-old, I'm going in Sweden somewhere. I was going I was standing on the train station, you know, and then this guy is standing right there and like showing me his dick, and I'm like, come on, you know. And 16 years old, you are 16 years old, you know, you were very insecure, you know, and it starts already this early in time, you know, like and I think it's just I find it rude, you know. Today I'll kind of I'll react differently, of course, because I don't tolerate this kind of behavior anymore around me, you know. And if you do this, you're out really fast. And I think women, we need to teach our sons and we need to teach our daughters that it's not okay, you know. We need to show respect for each other and actually take care of each other more, you know. And our boys need to know this, our girls need to know this from very early age until, you know, in schools need to teach this.
It's an education program.
It's an education program at home, at school, society, in offices, you know. And we need to support our women, because women do a lot of work to keep the social system in balance, you know. And we need to support them, you know, we need to support them. So yeah, this song, I hope, I don't know, it's a song, it's a small contribution from my side, you know, to push the issue further, you know. But we need a lot of angles to approach this question and this topic.
What can you expect from you in the close future? You have some dates, some tour in Europe?
Yeah, we're working on a tour for 2018, both in France and in Germany, and wherever people want me to play, I'll come. I'll be really happy to come and play. So yes, please take contact with my bookers. All the details on my website, JAQEE.com.
Le website est là, je vais le dire en français, du coup c'est www.JAQEE, www.jaqee.com.
Yeah. And this I'm ready to play, you know. I'm back, my children are older now, I can leave, the band is ready, we are preparing, we are rehearsing. So for 2018 I'll be back on the road to play a lot of music.
Okay. So you live in Sweden, no, you live in Berlin?
I live in Berlin now, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is the same city, Berlin and c'était quoi, Gothenburg?
Gothenburg, no, very different.
No, very
Berlin
different?
is Gothenburg is I mean, Sweden is more up north, so it's a small, beautiful city surrounded by water, and it's just very, very tranquilo. You know, Berlin is Berlin. Berlin never sleeps.
It's more mixed about the culture of Berlin.
Yeah, Berlin is extremely multicultural, and the artists, it's full of artists, and it's full of creativity, and it's full of everything. You know, Berlin is just endless. It's endless.
And do you think you can go back to live in Uganda one day?
Living, maybe not, because I haven't lived there for so many years. But I have my family there, and I have my friends there, so I go there to hang out and visit, and yeah, living full time, I don't think I would do that. But I will not lose touch with the country, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
So you have there is 4 videos out: Miracle,
Miracle,
Fly High,
yes,
Hello,
yes,
and Lullaby.
yes.
So everybody can check the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
The album is there, JAQEE, Fly High,
Check it out, you might like it.
with a big photo shoot inside.
Yeah, from the great Nicolae Constantinescu.
Voilà.
Yeah, yeah.
And with some lyrics, the lyrics are written inside, which is very
Yeah.
important, I think, to really understand. For us, you know, maybe for
Yeah.
English-speaking people it's different, but for us French, sometimes when we listen like this straight, we don't really understand. But when we read, we understand
When you
better.
read, you know what? I think maybe I'm a bit old school in this. I like when I buy a CD or when I buy a vinyl that you can
No,
actually
me too, huh?
read. You know, you read,
But
you open, and
It was really 90s, in fact. In the 90s, you have the reggae and the hip-hop album, you have the lyrics in it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But no, it's something that we lose, but I'm glad
Yeah.
that you bring it back.
yeah. No, I won't stop. Lyrics is for me good. Fun.
You have something to say, maybe I forgot to ask you, or some special message, or some big up?
No, just really thanks. This was fun.
Okay.
It was good to do. You actually did my first Facebook Live. I
ben
never
voilà.
did this before. It's the first.
Thanks for the welcoming.
Yeah, thank
Big
you.
up to Max, I welcome, who is in charge of the promotion for France.
Big up to that.
Big up to Root Down Records,
Yeah,
who is producing the album.
and take a
And to the photographer, I forget the name because it's a bit complicated for me.
Nicolae Constantinescu.
Okay, he's
Big
from
German.
Romania.
He's Romanian, but he lives in Hamburg.
Okay.
And he's a great guy. He's a super great soul. You
Okay.
know? Yeah. He also did like my Kukuga album photo shoot, and
Okay.
yeah, so we've done a lot of work together. And
So you're very loyal and you work with the same people from years.
you know, people that give you good energy and help you grow. These people are very important to keep in your life. So yeah, if Nicolae still wants to work with me, I hope we can still work together when we're 80 and 90 and you know, and doing work together. I think this is for me. He was the only option that I really could see giving justice to the visual part of the album, you know, because he knows me, he knows my soul in a way, you know, and I was happy that it turned out the way it did, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eh ben, give thanks and see you
Yeah.
maybe in 2018 for
yeah.
more concerts in
Yeah,
France and
yeah.
all over Europe. Voilà.
Definitely, yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Donc je rappelle pour voilà, ceux qui parlent pas anglais, le Québec is waiting for you.
Quebec, yay! I would
So,
love to.
Voilà.
Please tell your promoters that I would love to come.
Voilà, donc tu sais ce qu'il te reste à faire, il faut aller sur le site www.jaqee.com et tu peux commander ta date. L'album il est là, Fly High.
Ouais.
Donc on avait dit il y avait 14 morceaux, dont 2, comment ça s'appelle, des skits, des interludes en français. Donc ça fait plus que 12 chansons. Il y a 4 clips qui sont déjà sortis. Il y a une chaîne YouTube, un site, n'hésitez pas. Le site de iwelcome.tv qui vous redirigera sur les divers liens. Voilà, merci à vous tous et on espère que ça vous a plu et que ça vous donnera envie d'écouter l'album. Voilà, merci.
Merci. Bye.